Hey, welcome back to my channel. This is Week. I hope you are well. Today I am back with another book video. I'm aware it's been a while, but life happens. I went to 66 Books now. If you haven't heard of this, I previously went, I think it was January of this year. I'll put a little link to it in the corner here. And it's basically a warehouse full of books and books and books. It smells amazing. It's 2 levels, but I put all the information in that video so I can just get straight into books. Although I would recommend having another look at the membership options, because I think before they'd give you a card, but they've changed it so you have to like sign up online and stuff. So it's very easy to look at. They've got a Facebook page explaining everything, and I've also written about it in a blog as well, which I'll put down below as well. You're here for books. I'll get into the books of what I got. So my plan was to go here on the way back from Yorkshire. So my boyfriend and I came back in the car. I'm also very tired today. It's the next day. And my plan was to get loads of books because, to be honest, I have no intention of going back for a long time. Famous last words. Because it just seems to be getting more popular and I don't really fancy staying in Clues for that long, because when we went last time we were able to go straight in. This time it was only a 15-20 minute wait outside and it was really nice weather. But I've seen some occasions where people get there first thing in the morning and they're still waiting for like 2.5 hours. So I don't really want to be doing that. I got there for just after 3 o'clock. No, 3 o'clock, and then I was in there about 20 past 3. And then it took us a good, I want to say, an hour and 20 minutes to go through both floors. Last time we were a bit longer because it was our first time. But this was good. I think we left a good amount of time in between because there were more titles available compared to last time. And I got, between my boyfriend and I, we got 19 books. So a good healthy mix. I also got some notebooks as well. However, I don't know how much they were in the end, but I'll give all the information and numbers at the end. Yeah, you bet that I stacked up on those books. I'll go into what I got. I'll go into some of the miscellaneous first, then my boyfriend's and then mine, because obviously I got even more books. But yeah, I start off with the notebooks. Last time I don't think these were included in any of the offers of like 70% off and stuff, but I got these. I have a feeling, I've done all the maths and stuff, I don't think the woman, I think the woman who served us didn't charge us like correctly, like undercharged us or something, or she did 80% off instead. I don't really know, but these were included. I can't give a price on these because there is no like price on the label, but yeah, they're really soft. They remind me of moleskins, but like moleskin books, but they are a bit more flexible in the front as well, and they've got this cute polka dot pattern, and they're lined as well. So yeah, I look forward to working those. Really soft paper as well, really love that. And then they've got their own little bookmarks as well. So yeah, I got loads of those colours. They had even more, but I thought I'd go a bit colourful. And then I will just go into my boyfriend's books. We have a very different taste in books, as you will see. He got 7 books, I think, and one of them he didn't realise he already has on his shelf. So yeah, he'll just give that to another family member. But here's a little stack of what he got. So yeah, he got this one before. He already had this. He got this from the charity shop and then he found it again, but obviously this one's in like better condition. I think this was in Asda before or something, because I just took the label off. It had like £4 on it, and then obviously this was £8.99, and then obviously with 70%, I think that's like £2.70. But yeah, loads of these about, so if you want to get your hands on them, they're in there. I think they had these last time as well. They do have a lot of the Rabbit Hutch, which I actually have in paperback. They have so many copies of it scattered everywhere in hardback. And there was another book as well, but I can't remember off the top of my head at the minute, but they had it everywhere. I'm talking both floors. But another tip I would say is, as well as following them on their Facebook page for like updates and stuff and tips, if you want to see the latest books they have, I'd recommend looking at 66 Books on Instagram and like the tags, like people tagging them, because they'll do hauls and stuff, and then you can see what's available, because they don't broadcast what they've got. I think that's kind of the lure of it all, to get people there, to get the interest. So yeah, you never know what you're gonna get. I know they've always got classics and June. Always so many copies of June in there, so if you want June, they've got really cool copies in there too. Loads of kids books as well if you're looking for little ones as well. Then you got this one already. You could just tell from my previous books that they were just so different. Got this was at Sainsbury's before, and it's got exclusive bonus content with Robert Peston, the whistleblower. I think he got this from like the library before, but he never got around to reading it. Then he got the Tender is the Night. I don't even know, I'm doing this quite raw, of what books he got. Tender is the Night by, I think, F. Scott Fitzgerald. I've read The Great Gatsby. I don't really get the hype of it, but were very different people. Number 4, The Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. Now, if you are a fan of her books, they had all of them. I think all 4 that she's written so far. So they were all there, pretty easy, pretty nice. I don't know what else to say about that. Followed by this one, what is this? Insurrection? I know he's got Rosewater, but he hasn't read that either. And this is by Cade Thompson. 2 more books. You got the final one in the Carlos Ruiz-Zafón collection of books. I don't really know how this works because this is published after he passed away. So yeah, this is one of those books. I don't know if it's meant to be a novella because it is quite short, but yeah, you got that in the hardback. I think that one, that's £14.99, so whatever that is, like £3, £4, £5 after discount. And then I spotted this for him because he's been after this for like a while. Even though it's in paperback now, they didn't have this, but they have the hardback. This Janice Hallett book, so yeah, I've seen this like everywhere, and he's really good, excited to get this. So The Mysterious Case of the Alberton Angels by Janice Hallett. So yeah, that would be a good one as well. I've read The Appeal. I read that I think in 1 or 2 days when I was in Morocco earlier this year, and that was really good. So I look forward to reading more of her books. They're very different in how they're set out, but yeah, I look forward to nabbing this when he's done with that. I have no idea how I'm going to manage my pile once you see it. Quite a few books, as you can see. I'll just start from, I put these in like cost order from like £7.99 through to £16.99. So it varies, but you'll see our tastes are very different. I was umming and ahhing about this author because I've seen loads of people pick it up, and I just thought, why not? They do have a lot of do they? They had a lot of Tessa Bailey, but I think people saw the hype of all that and then just went, because I didn't see it anywhere, and there were like loads of kind of book-talky things that you'd see in the works, but they weren't there. They were just going and gone, and that's not really my taste. So I want to kind of make these videos for things that I like to read and other people might be interested in, and I'll put this on my Instagram as well, because people who tend to do these kinds of hauls, it's the same old books I see. So I've got a right mix, I want to say, and it's a mixture of like current reads and other things I've had my eye on for a long time. But yeah, I got The Pact by Sharon Bolton, and I also got another of her books later on, which I'll show you. But yeah, £7.99, and this is, I think, a woman took the rap for her friends. She's in prison, was in prison, now she's out and she wants revenge. So yeah, that sounds good, and I think this would be like a nice holiday read. I don't know if I'll take this on holiday. I've got a holiday booked and I cannot wait. I don't know if you can tell, I'm really tired, so I'm just waiting for some energy to come back after that holiday. But yeah, that'd be a good read. And then onto these ones, which are £8.99. I was after Maggie O'Farrell. I got Maggie O'Farrell after you'd gone. I've still yet to read The Marriage Portrait, which I've got above my head somewhere, which you can't see. And this one is Alice Raikes boards a train at King's Cross to visit her sisters in Scotland. Hours later, she steps into the traffic on a busy London road and is taken to hospital in a coma. And then it goes on to like if it's suicide or if it's like parallel meaning, that kind of thing. So yeah, I look forward to reading that. I loved her memoir, I Am. That was like, I can't believe that was her life. So yeah, I look forward to reading her actual work and seeing what that's like too. Turns out I came out with a few books that I didn't plan on getting. So yeah, I need to be more self-disciplined, I guess, with books, but these are books, we can always pass them on, it's all good. This one I did not expect that I would be interested in, but it was longlisted for the Women's Prize for Fiction, The Most Fun We Ever Had by Claire Lombardo. I think I like the look of these kinds of books because it's like, it's quite a long book. It is over 500 pages, so you get enough time to understand each of the characters, especially compared to like A Little Life. That was bonkers, like that was over 700 pages and I fell in love with each of the characters. But this follows a whole family and it just seems they're full of problems, and I love that. There's a helicopter that keeps going around, so I'm really sorry if you can hear that. Next is Slough House by Mick Herron. I love the Apple TV series. I also got some of the books of the series last time. I think this is the last one and we have all of the books now. They're literally just above my head right here. And I think if you are planning on getting these kinds of books, they're scattered everywhere. The series like aren't together apart from a few of the books. So yes, got this, and hopefully I'll actually start on the books because he was good when I saw him at Harrogate. And like I said, I love the Apple TV series, but I've not read the books yet. So yeah, looking forward to reading that. This one I got from the library but never got a chance to read it. A Theatre for Dreamers by Polly Samson. This sounds really nice, like it's set in Greek islands, I think. Yeah, some big Greek island of Hydra, set in the 1960s, and just even the first line, if I'm allowed to read it on here, you'll understand. It's a climb from the port and I take the steps of Donkey Ship Lane at a steady pace, a heart-shaped stone in my pocket. I'm gonna keep reading. So yeah, that grabs me. But yeah, I like the thought that something kind of gives me like bohemian vibes, and just like it's in the sun, it's set in back in the day. So yes, I look forward to reading that one. I mentioned earlier I picked up The Pact by Sharon Bolton, and I got another book. This is The Split. I think this is like a Richard and Judy book club pick, but I might be completely wrong about that. But I think this is like a husband and wife. She's fled England, he's just got out of prison, he wants to get back with her. We'll see what happens between them. I'm on the last of my paperbacks now. This looks completely different to anything I read based on the cover, but when I read the blurb, it's like about hedonism and class and things like I didn't realise I'm interested in. This is by Amanda Craig. It is The Golden Rule, and again this is longlisted for the Women's Prize of Fiction in 2021, and this starts with Hannah, who is invited into the first class carriage of the young London to Penzance, I never know how to pronounce that, Penzance? Train. She walks into a spider's web, and then she gets entangled in all of these kinds of things. You go through university and then there's this class and everything. So yes, this sounds really super interesting. I look forward to reading that. And it's quite chunky as well. I have not picked up short books. Moving on to hardbacks. Now I think I've said before, I don't usually like reading hardbacks because I find them quite difficult to hold in my hand and they get damaged quite easily. But these, I've had my own for a while actually on some of these, and one of them I saw last time. Another one I did not expect to pick up, but it kind of makes sense. About writing, I've never seen this before, the Authorised Field Guide for Aspiring Authors. Now I don't know if this is something I will find useful. My boyfriend picked it up because he knows I'm trying to write a novel, and it is blooming hard, I'll tell you. I don't know if I've got one of these mindsets or things where I can't focus on one thing at a time. I've got one novel that has, is it 65,000 words? I've been working on that for a long time, and then 9 other book ideas on the go with a few thousand words in between, and I just struggle to focus on one thing at a time. So I don't know if I ever get around to this and I'll get disciplined enough to focus on one thing. Yeah, I need energy and time to read this and write. Just even talking about it now is making me excited about writing. So yes, hopefully it'll give me some more inspiration if I get around to it, like I said. So yes, there's that one. I just put that in my basket straight away as soon as he gave that to me. Nice. I have 4 more. This next one is The Turnouts by Megan Abbott. This is the one I saw last time I went to 66 Books, and they had a few more copies, and I was like, I wanted to read it, I still haven't, I want to, so yes, I've added this one. I didn't see it in paperback, but I thought it's going to be cheaper than the paperback, so I'll get it anyway, and it's about ballet, and I think it's kind of like, not Black Swan vibes like the film, but like something happens, and yeah, I want to read about it. And I don't usually see something about ballet when you think like all the things that have gone in the past. This should be a good read. 3 more. These 2 next ones I've actually seen in Waterstones very recently. I think they're still on the shelves of like new fiction and stuff. The Happy Couple by Nisha Dolan. Yeah, I can't believe I found this. Well, my boyfriend found this. He was like, oh yeah, didn't you want to read that? I was like, yes, without hesitation, it went straight in my basket. This seems quite different from her first one, from like just skimming through. The chapters are like very varied and shorter and everything. I think she's got speech marks this time. I don't think she did in Exciting Times. She's an Irish author. I love Irish authors and writing and novels. So yes, this should be quite good. I think it's set at a wedding and it's like kind of doomed, and I don't know if it's told from different perspectives, but basically something goes wrong and it makes a great novel. 2 more books, 2 more. Next is Rosewater by Liv Little. I'm so glad I picked this up. This is based in London, and I think it follows like coming of age. I can't remember her name. Elsie lives in South London. She's 28, but she is also tired. I feel you. So it looks like she's estranged from her family, but she's also trying to just get by, to be honest. She's writing poetry, and then she's working a minimum wage job in a gay bar at nights. And like I said, I think it's just like a book that just talks about existing, and I kind of like those reads. I'm getting more into those. Yeah, Rosewater. Woo. On to the final book if you stuck around. This was immediately going in my basket because I've seen, again, Emma Gannon has spoken about this book before. I saw her put it on her Instagram. I love most things that she reads and recommends, and anything she puts in her Substack, which I love. I love reading that. And this is No One Around Here Reads Tolstoy by Mark Hodgkinson. I hope I pronounced that right. And it's basically a memoir of him growing up in a working class family, and I think his only escape was the local library or something, and how he's just got into literature. I think he also writes for The Guardian or something. Oh no, the Times, and he's like contributed to The Observer, Guardian and Mail on Sunday. So I thought that would be a good one, because I've always looked for it in the library, but either it's unavailable or just far away and not within reach. I'm looking at this now, seems good, and that is what, 350 pages? Should be good. And that wraps it all up. So that was 19 books and 3 notebooks. I touched this up, I've got all my maths and my notes here. The books, because I don't know the price of the notebooks, so sorry, comes to £225.81. So that's a lot of bookage. And then in the end, she ended up charging us £74. That doesn't work out at 70%, that works out at more percent off. And the notebooks as well, so I'm very confused. I don't know if she gave us 80%, because I know there's a threshold. If you're buying for a school, you get 80% off, but you have to spend a minimum amount. I don't know if it's like £200 or £220. Either way, I'm not complaining, I'm just really confused. But yeah, that gives you an idea. Do the price on the cover or the inside of the cover, take off 70%, and you've got your book price. So yes, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, it'd be great to have you here. I'll put links in the description as I mentioned before, and if you find these helpful, continue giving it a like, drop a comment. I really like seeing you interact below, and yeah, I will see you in my next video, whenever that is. I really don't know. So yeah, I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye!